Hey everyone, Mr. Paku Paku back with another Let's Play video. Today I'll be doing this game called Kendo Rage. Hope you enjoy it. This is actually one game that I haven't heard of prior to today. I mean, I've heard about it, but never really looked into it. This is just a ROM that's been sitting around, and I've actually been curious. I did look up on eBay how much this would go for, and right now it could average anywhere between $50 to $60, maybe a little more because the auctions haven't ended yet when I did check it out. But that was the going price. So if you actually have this game, it's either a keeper or if you need to make a quick buck, this is the one of those games. But as far as I know, when I first played through this game, you're this girl. If you have been following the story that I'm showing here, I guess you're this girl who moved to this part of the world, and your sensei is training you these skills and powers that uses your kendo stick. So it's quite a fun beat 'em up. It's actually pretty short. I'm only gonna do possibly 2 or 3 stages just to show you how this game is. But other than that, each round is pretty short. Takes about an average 4 or 5 minutes if you know what you're doing. But unless you're an explorer trying to find secrets and Easter eggs, then it might take you a little longer. I don't believe there is a time limit, but it's very anime-like. It kind of reminds me of Sailor Moon, and when we get to the beginning, you'll see what I mean. The graphics and art style is pretty amazing. I really do like the colors. It's very bright. It's very vibrant. It's very lively. And the game, the mechanics of the game is pretty cool. It's a side-scrolling beat 'em up. It's not so much of a brawler, but it's more of like an adventure platform mixed in to it. And as we're about to see here, she kind of does a Sailor Moon kind of thing and has a similar outfit. And this is the start of our game. Now, one of my gripes is if you look at the sidebar on the bottom left on the top of the HP, which is my energy, for some reason it doesn't look like there's any effect when it does charge up, but when it's down to nothing or close to nothing, you can't button mash in this game, and there are some scenarios where you need to actually keep pressing the hit button. And because there's a lag to it once it goes down to nothing, and that your kendo charge has to recharge. You can't really just keep pressing A and stand in one spot like there is like that second lag, that 1 or 2 by like 1 or 1.5 second lag that can make a difference in any game. I mean, I'm getting away with it right now, but there will be a scenario like the boss fights where it'd be a lot easier if you could just button mash that part. But I guess it introduces a different kind of challenge and a different kind of strategy. So here's the first boss. As you can see, it was kind of quick. It took me maybe about 2 minutes to get here, maybe 3 at most. Well, that's without me searching for any Easter eggs. And the basic strategy here is all you have to do is, know the pattern, dodge. But if I could have just stood in front of her for like maybe a good 2 more seconds, I could have done a whole lot of damage if I was allowed to button mash. But she was easy enough. I lost a life, but I got through it. And the cool thing is, I did lose a life, and it didn't make me start over from a checkpoint or from the beginning. You know, maybe if I lost all 3 lives, it will do that. But we'll find out, because I'm pretty sure I'll die, or I'll lose the rest of my lives pretty soon. Also, when it comes to that Psy attack, it doesn't look like it does anything when you charge it up. And what's unfair about it is that once you charge it up and you actually use the hit, you don't recover as fast to hit the next enemy. And a lot of these stages, like as you're about to see here, like the snowmen, they all come in one right after the other. So it's like you could take a chance and charge up and maybe do a harder hit, but like I did with that weird guy standing there, it didn't really do much. You know, it was more than halfway charged when I hit him, and yeah, it still took about 3 to 4 hits. So, and this is the part about the button mashing I can't stand. I can't button mash, and it's hard to beat up these ghost seals or whatever they are. It's like they come one after another, and they don't give you a chance to recover. So it's like you have to keep moving forward when you reach this part. But other than that, the controls are pretty solid. You know, the mechanics are great. There's really nothing to get used to when it comes to jumping. The learning curve is really easy. Once you get used to how the controls and the gameplay is, this is a pretty fun game. Nothing more you could really discuss about that part, but oh, and I died. So let's see if I start from the beginning. Oh, that's good. I have more than 3 credits. Well, now I have 3 credits, but yeah. So I'm guessing each stage is about as short as the first one. I was probably halfway, or maybe a little more than halfway once I reached that part. So we'll see how long it takes to get to the boss, if there is one. I don't see why there wouldn't be, but games like these tend to have a wild card, so. And I'm really loving the Japanese anime style. I mean, I'm not an anime geek by any means. I have watched like Dragon Ball Z and Sailor Moon, Ranma and a half. But rarely I do play games that are very Japanese oriented. I mean, that's a lie. I mean, I play Fatal Frame, but I mean, well, you get my drift. Like games that are like this cartoony, but fun. Yeah, I don't really get into it, but this is pretty cool. Maybe I'll be inspired to actually try and beat this game. So it looks like there's a top platform. I'm gonna see if I can get up there. Looks easy enough. This snow part is just not frustrating, but it's like a peeve. That bad guy is such a weird enemy. Like, such a random thing. Like, what is he doing? Is he telling the forecast of the place? Is he singing? And it kind of looks like I'm leaning towards the boss, as you know, the terrain is getting it's getting less challenging. And I guess this is the challenging part, but it looks like I am heading to the boss. And I was right. And this boss looks, doesn't look human at all. Oh, I died. I mean, I guess the gripe of the button mashing isn't too bad, as this boss was kind of easy. Alright, so I think I'm going to stop it here. You pretty much get the picture of how this game is. Overall, I would, if I had a copy, I would keep it. It's definitely an obscure title. So, all right, Mr. Paku Paku signing out.